There we go.
We should talk about the debates a little bit. They were excited. So Taylor, you didn't watch. Kyle, you didn't watch?
I saw clips of it, but like Age of Mythology rules. I've been having fun with that.
It is hard to do better than
I got Space Marine 2. I was playing that.
Oh, I've heard that. My brother's trying to get me to buy it. We'll talk about that afterward.
If you're a Democrat, it was a good night to be you. Pretty much universally agreed. She baited him. He took every piece of bait. He looked kind of cuckish. God, you may have seen the thing where he talked about his crowd sizes and how people aren't bored. That was his response to the immigration question. They asked about immigration. 3 of the first 4 questions were like pro-Trump, and one of these first 4 was immigration, and Kamala made fun of his rallies. And the moderators were like, "Hey, Trump, tell me what you think about immigration." He's like, "Before we get to that, my rallies are great. People love them. They're not leaving bored. She's lying about that." And it was like, dude, you're fumbling your immigration question. This is your best issue.
Yeah, immigration should
5
be
questions.
The home run one.
There's 5 questions that you're going to get at that presidential debate that matter that you need to prep for. They make it sound like prep for this thing is hard. It's not.
Right.
It's like 5 issues that matter, maybe even 3. You could focus on 3 and be fine. And what she did there, it's simple. It's like, you're right. There aren't as many people at my rallies lately. I don't know if you heard, there was an assassination attempt just a month or 2 ago. Media out there doesn't like talking about it very much, but a madman came and tried to murder me while I was trying to save the American people with my justice and goodness. And I don't know who sent him, but we're going to find out.
Yeah,
until the end. I love that answer. His was terrible. He just made it sound like his feelings were hurt. He was on defense all night long. She played him like a fiddle, and it made him look like some sort of easily manipulable cuck. And there's almost no one who doesn't. Fox News is echoing the things that I'm saying right now. It's hard to find anyone who didn't think less of Trump after that debate. So exciting time if you're in for Kamala.
It was pretty funny, though, when he started talking about the Haitian migrants eating dogs and cats. I mean,
if there are legitimate complaints of Haitians moving to Springfield, Ohio, they were lost by former President Fuckface saying, "They're eating your cats and dogs." And now it's become a meme because he can't make articulate points like a normal person. He has to lie and exaggerate. And that's all people heard.
Well, yeah, I was cracking up during that just because he says that. And I know because I'm on Twitter what he's talking about, but like the average Fox News viewer or something probably has no idea what he's rambling on there. He just
Twitter brain was apparent the entire interview. Like the lies that he was telling are only, it's bullshit that you hear on Twitter. And the moderators were fact checking along the way, and it made him look bad. He said that he won the 2020 election, and they fact checked him on 3 things. There was the eating people's cats, winning the 2020 election, and a third one I can't recall off the top of my head. But they were the most egregious.
Was it killing babies 6 months after birth?
It was killing babies after they were born. Was the other one they fact checked? Yeah, and they said that's not legal in any state.
Yeah, the infanticide one. It's like. I want your receipts, dude. Like I can believe what it sounded like he was inferring or suggesting once was that there was a governor in Virginia or somewhere who at one point had said something like set the child aside and will decide after. And I'm sure it's taken out of context. But like I just want those receipts. I want to know what he's misrepresenting to be that. Because there's nowhere where they're birthing babies, putting it in the incubator and being like, "Oh, you don't want this one? Yeah, we already got him hooked up. Oh, you'll pay? All right.
Right. Like Trump's arguments and case for presidency become less effective when he bases it on lies than if he had based it on something that was true.
Yeah, he shouldn't have done the cat thing. Like at least wait for like a video of a Haitian eating a cat to come out or something before you say that. But like, yeah, the core of it, like that it's destroying that county or that city or whatever, like that seems entirely undeniable. Like
I don't know about ruining. It's affecting certain people that currently live there. But you look at any town.
A lot of the people there are.
You should refer to it as transforming the culture or making Little Haiti in Ohio a democratic voting base. Let me tell you how many people did they bring? 20,000.
The estimates are.
Let me show you the margins in the last few elections, and then you break it down. That's what he should talk about. He should call it voter manipulation. He should have called it importing Democratic votes into a state that for some reason has been red for a long time now. Didn't he win it even in 2020? Didn't he win
Ohio?
So,
It's been red for a long time.
You know, he just doesn't know how to pivot, and he doesn't know how to do that. And
he doesn't know how to tell the
program.
truth, and he doesn't seem to recognize that all of his lies hurt his case. They don't help it. You know, I think he's lived a lifetime of exaggerating and lying, where people think, "Oh man, if even half of this is true, then I'm on board."
Sure.
And now it's hurting him. They're like, "I'm so sick of everything you're saying being bullshit."
Yeah, he doesn't he doesn't know how to rebut them. He's just like, no, it is true. My crowds are big. You don't even know. Your crowds are small. I'm like, no, my crowds are big. Like, no, they're not. Are you fucking serious right now? Why don't you have stats, dude? Why don't you have like zingers? Why is no one coaching you? Again, you need bullet points to do this debate. Like say what you want about Kamala. Did I say her name right?
Yeah, you did. You did.
Like Jesus Christ.
Like punctuation.
I mean, she at least meets the bar of intelligent adult on a microphone, and he's not quite there anymore, or yet. I'm sure next time around he'll be able to swing it. But like, God damn it, don't get suckered into it. When they insult you, rise above it, hit them back, but don't defend yourself. Never defend yourself. Never say no, I'm not.
He defended. No, I'm not.
That's very true.
Nuh-uh was the core of what he said. He had a lot more talking time than she did. And by the way, by interrupting and bullying the moderators, he got the last word on not most topics. Every single topic, he got the last word.
He's domineering. It's
but it is. He was domineering. I agree with that.
He's got nothing to say.
But it didn't look good. He lost the first debate to Biden by being so domineering. Like he was dominant, and there's no arguing that. But that was the one where he was like, "Will you shut up, man?" Because he wouldn't let him get a word in. He ended up being viewed unfavorably after that debate because people didn't like him. And so he's domineering, but he's not
frame things. He I'd be like, if I felt like I was being perceived as rude, I'd say like, I know I'm coming off as rude here, but let me just be very clear. I'm being rude for the American people, not for me right now. I'm not running for president of ABC News, Carl and Diane, whatever their fucking names are. I'm here for the American people. And you go back to your core shit. I want America great again. I want our manufacturing to be the great. I want our technology to be the greatest. I want a war machine to be the most powerful. I want our people to be the most prosperous. There should not be a soldier in the street. There should not be a woman who's afraid at night. I want a strong, brave, prosperous America. America great again. Red, white, and blue. Rock, flag, eagle. Who is this lady? Where's she from? She's darker than me, and I'm orange as fuck.
We got off the rails.
Like if he could do that, if he could pick on himself, whenever he's
he's not self-deprecating. Yeah, he's not good at that.
It comes up. He's done it occasionally. Like he'll give his hair a hard time. He's giving his weight a hard time.
I guess, okay, the hair and the weight, but other stuff he doesn't. Okay, I guess
when he does it, it's charming.
When he does it, it's charming, but it's not really built into him so much. And she made this case that foreign leaders can manipulate him easily, while she manipulated him all night long.
Right before the part of the debate where they had a fevered argument about who loves Israel more. They're talking about who's influenced.
But like Trump's case of like Viktor Orban thinks I'm great. I don't think that was the flex he thought it was.
No.
Well, most of the voter base has no idea who Viktor
Orban is. I think he leads Turkey. Who
fucking
dictator.
Cares what Victor thinks?
Erdogan leads Turkey, right?
Yeah, Turkey's another one of those wild, like...
I might have fucked it up. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Turkey. It just came out Israel's fucking selling avionics to Russia. Like, you know what I mean?
Dude, Israel is always losing me. They're always losing me.
I'm there for you, Israel, but you keep fucking people with dogs and blowing up hospitals.
So hard to support.
Man, why are both of our parties so beholden to this country?
I swear to God, like Israel,
the noggin jogging.
It's like a Warhammer 40K villain. You're like, they do what? Yeah, they take people and they turn them into furniture, ever suffering furniture, and they laugh about it because it charges their soul energy and allows them to live forever.
Oh man,
my God, the Dark Drukari are horrific. Oh no, that's Israel. They turn the Palestinian man. They thought it was funny. They turned the Palestinian into an Ottoman. Get it?
Yeah, I did. I saw that clip from the debate where it was them.
Clip?
The Israel part where he's like, Israel's not going to exist if you don't elect me. And Kamala's like, oh, I love Israel. I'm the most pro-Israel. It's like,
so Kamala's take was actually, I support Israel. They have a right to defend themselves. We need a two-state solution, and it matters how Israel does it. So she was trying to have it both ways. She was a milder version of Trump, but I'm not sure it makes. She called for, but I'm not sure it's going to make a difference in their policy. If
they're going to do exactly what they're.
I think the smartest thing the Republicans could do is if they started taking the Palestinian side and get the Muslim vote just away from the Democrats. I think they could pull it off.
They would lose their biggest donors. Like, I think the biggest donor to the Republican Party this election is Miriam Adelson, right?
Are the evangelicals really going to go to the Democrats, though?
No, but they won't vote. No. They'll stay home. Like, they're spiteful.
I feel like there's a Muslim population in Pennsylvania and Michigan, a lot of swing states that
I agree with
probably
you.
shift it.
The Muslims aren't going to switch to the red side over the blue side. Like,
if they're the ones supporting Palestine, I think they would.
Yeah, you will. Agreed.
But here's the thing: they won't come out in support of Palestine because that's anti-Israel, and many of their top donors and most powerful lobbying organizations are explicitly pro-Israel. So, like, they're gonna do what the people funding elections tell them to do.
And the way Israel PR twist things, like the U.S. will be like, hey, we're sending you all the money, we're sending you your defense rockets, we're sending you that special shit we don't even need to talk about, the uranium that's on the way. But look, no more 2,000-pound bombs, the dumb bombs that y'all have been lobbing, from 8,000 feet at random buildings. No more of those. We're holding back. And all of a sudden, Israel's on fucking like Twitter. America has abandoned us in the time of our need. It seems like perhaps we should turn elsewhere in these dark hours. Perhaps our friends at the Kremlin could supply us with some firebombs to deal with the evil which we face. I don't know why I gave Israel a southern accent. It's less anti-Semitic.
No, that's right. That's Jewish.
It's you're 100% right. It's absurd. Absurd.
I don't know the details, but it does seem like both parties have done the calculus that it's more important to have the Jewish people on your side, or whoever supports Israel, evangelicals, than it is the Muslims.
Yeah, scores posted. We spent the last 20 years making sure that Israel's always going to be there, and we're going to destabilize anybody who tries to fuck with the global hegemony. Is that the word? Hegemony?
I only read it.
Regional hegemony. Israel is.
It's just the global one that we're on top of. That any sort of economic, financial system, any sort of military power, any two or three guys, by guys I mean countries, start getting a little too close. We're destabilizing that. And not just one. We're not just going to make one policy. There's going to be like boots on the ground, fucking with your economy. There's going to be a weird house fire. Somebody's going to fall off a fucking roof. Your president's going to have a scandal. Like that's our fucking jobs, to stay on top.
So but like the idea that we just have to support these endless wars in the Middle East that
I don't know, man. They pay our politicians off really well, apparently. Somehow I don't know where they got all that goddamn money, but they got it.
I don't know. Taylor says it's money. Sometimes I think it's votes. Like I've tried to make this comparison before. The NRA doesn't contribute a lot of money, but they do direct a lot of votes, and that can be just as important. And I don't know how Israel does it, but they're doing something important that makes politicians fear them.
AIPAC does. They invest huge sums of money.
How much?
I don't think they do. I think that if we looked at how big they were on the list of donors, they'd be in the 30s or.
I mean,
if all you need of America is number one at $28 billion a year or something.
I mean, you can also just look at like what the proof is in the pudding, right?
There's a list.
What's the biggest political committee, conference, whatever, every year that almost every major politician goes to? It's the AIPAC conference.
Realtors Association of America. I think they give $28 billion a year, and they're like, AIPAC's not on the list in the top 10.
AIPAC brags that they win like 94% of elections that they put money behind.
Well, that just means they're good at picking candidates, right?
Yeah.
We always pick a guy ahead.
Just like circumstance.
We always pick a feller we think's going to win.
You just have to look at, is there a lobby for this foreign country in America that spends money to elect people that will do more for them?
Yeah,
yes.
You don't like that, and
I don't like that. If I found out Russia was doing that shit or Italy was doing it, I would equally like it.
I found it on Open Secrets. AIPAC is the 25th largest donor organization. There's a whole nother list for individuals, but for organizations, they're the 25th largest.
Yeah,
They seem to get whatever they want.
Yeah, right. But it seems
Consistent.
like their influence is much bigger than the 25th. I didn't look for NRA, but I bet that's way down on the list also.
not a
but
lot of
they're
those
very-
places.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna say not a lot of those groups have a country of origin. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like Israel's kind of unique in that way. I mean, it's not like I'm sure the Haitians send us some bananas and a goat every year or something,
Right.
but like, you know, they
Not
get what they
anymore.
can.
It's full
Remember the
Civil
African
War.
tribe after 9/11 that sent that herd of cattle?
That was nice of them. Shout out
That
to
was
them.
fucking
Yeah.
sick. I think we took those cattle and like sent them somewhere nice so they could like retire. Like we did something
glad.
chill with the cows.
Yeah,
Like we
That's nice
we didn't
to-
like take them and butcher them and sell them on the market and like turn that
Mhm.
into cashola and throw it into the national debt or something. You know, we did something chill about it.
We all agree Israel's influential. I just don't understand how they're doing it. I don't
Well,
think it's
they're the good
having
guys.
the 25th largest donor.
You know, I don't know. They're influential, but it's like, you know, when the beacons were lit, Rohan answered.
Really? How many
Yeah.
troops did Israel send alongside American troops in Iraq?
Well, they were
Oh,
told
that's
not
what
to
I'd
send
hoped.
any.
Zero. Oh yeah, yeah. They that wouldn't have stopped them if they wanted
What
to
would
be
they
there.
didn't say? Less than half.
Or Afghanistan. Like, why don't they even help us in these conflicts?
They've got their own things to deal with, Taylor, and you know they're under siege. Okay,
Because when
They're
you're trying to
surrounded
win
by
the hearts
enemies.
and mind, you don't send Jews to a Muslim country.
That's a good point too. Can you imagine like dude hopping off a Hummer with a yarmulke under take his helmet off, like
because we were winning a lot of hearts and minds organically over those.
I'm not saying it worked. I'm saying that's the strategy. And I do remember this. They literally told Israel, like, you stay home.
Yeah.
You're not going to help.
you can't be part of this.
Your presence isn't a good one.
It's bad luck.
So we
Now
just
we
did
need
the
to-
whole thing.
Now, where's Israel and Ukraine?
Yeah, we
Is
did the
a
whole
good
thing. I mean, the
question
UK
to me.
and Australia. Haven't you heard about the Australian war crimes? I mean, they were helping out tons.
They were not-
No. I'm serious. They had these special forces units. I've seen the videos. They're just hunting people down and murdering them in like fields and stuff.
yeah,
The Aussies are hard as nails.
Yeah,
I like
I've
the
had enough
British
of the
because they
whole
wear
Middle
flip-flops.
East for a lifetime. If I never heard another bit of news about the Middle East, I'd love it. That'd be awesome.
I enjoy the Middle East news. It's the most like
Someone
horrific
doesn't
place
like
on our
combat
planet.
footage subreddits. Okay.
Yeah, right. Like, did you know that there's a Syrian war that's been going on for I don't even know how many years that 500,000 people have died in?
Yeah,
As many people have died in Syria in the last few years as our civil war.
There's American boots on the ground there.
Fuck yeah. See
Yeah.
that's what I like to hear, Woody. Thank you. That made I was feeling kind of down. I've had this stomach flu for 3 or 4 days, but now that I know that we're in Syria fighting the good fight, I thought we were out of wars.
Are you
God
still
damn.
sick?
Maybe Biden's not so bad. We could dig him up. That's what we need. We need Kamala to get sick.
That you got it wrong that time.
What if Kamala had like
Kamala.
I don't care.
I know. Oh, I was about to
call her
say, I
pre-
know you're trying, and then
First
you're
of
like,
all,
I'm
I'm going to be
trying.
calling her President Harris very soon, so we won't have to piddle paddle
Madam
about her
President.
stupid fucking name that she gets to decide how you pronounce it. I guess. Oh, by the way, I'm Kyle now. Get it right.
I watched a TV show that was terrible, but one of the characters' names was Kamala, and I was like, "No, Kamala." I fucked it up. And I was like, "Oh, so this is a name that somebody else has too." It's old. The episode I was watching was like 5 years old. So.
Yeah, I want you to like Jor-El, like Superman's dad. I want you to pronounce it like that, but Kyle.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I want Kyle. Not
And if
just
I don't
Kyle.
do it, it's offensive, and I'm not being sensitive.
I will be offended.
I don't like it, and so I'm not going to do
Look, Taylor. All right,
I'm on Kyle's side.
we'll put a hyphen in your fucking name,
it. Taylor.
Taylor.
Oh, Tyler. That's
Yeah.
like if I was Danish.
You'll be
But
Taylor
anyway,
of the
the
Woodland
internet's
realm.
having a field day, and even Fox News is talking about how he lost. And it's a fun day to be a Democrat.
Yeah.
We'll see how the election goes.
Yeah, I look forward to the whole thing being over, I guess. Look, the only thing I
Same.
like about American politics, period. I follow it sporadically, but I like Donald Trump. I like his nonsense. I like him making a mockery of those storied establishments and places and things. I think the whole thing is just a big hypocrisy, just a big dirty money ball of people cheating over the people and taking money from the corporations and things like APAC and stuff. So it's all evil to me. More
I
or
like
less.
the idea of 2016 Trump. I know I wasn't for
Yeah,
him,
I like the
but-
idea of it too.
but like then the
Yeah.
reality of Trump came, and he put the coal industry CEO in charge of the EPA.
Who
He
would
put
know
a
best?
for-profit school owner in charge of the Department of Education. He put
Zing.
an unregistered foreign agent in charge of yeah, I said it right, in charge of national defense. And it's like, oh my gosh, you just put wolves in charge of every hen house in here. He made Mitch McConnell's wife the Department of Transportation secretary.
Yikes.
And I'm like, it goes all top to bottom. Like, he's always picking corrupt industry insiders for these jobs and unqualified people for these jobs. And it's like, oh, okay. So now that we know the reality of Trump, the whole drain the swamp thing, he's the biggest swamp monster who's ever ran for the job.
Unfortunately, yeah, it kind of came out that way. It was almost like he had to sell his. If there was any genuineness to it at all from the beginning, it got sold for the victory. At some point, there was some backroom stuff like, well, my wife, she loves cars. Well, transportation secretary is open. I suppose you can drive herself right onto that office and that paycheck and everything. Yeah, well, we'll make sure we show up for you, Mr. President. That's not how Mitch McConnell sounds. So yeah, I'm really checked out of politics if Trump isn't in it. If he's not there, because
it's good to be checked out.
Fucking electric.
I liked not knowing who the postmaster general was.
Right. Yeah. I agree with you. But you kind of want to check if Trump's appointing them. I like the bull in the China shop idea. I like, fuck all this stupid shit y'all have been doing. I'm a businessman, not a politician. I'm not coming for re-election. That's what you wanted. You wanted a one-term Trump where he was burning bridges every step of the way. Like government shutdowns left and right, and him just giving him the middle finger and say,
bull in a China shop is great, but you need one with a strong moral core. A guy who's just trying to get $10 million from Egypt in cash into his own pocket, that's not the bull in the China shop that you want.
Nope.